Only 875 pounds. A tiny little 5-foot wide tag just came in here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And this thing is cute as a prom date. In case you were wondering how hard it is to move one of these things, even with my chicken arms in one hand, I can still pull it around the lot. Now, if that doesn't look like the door to a little hobbit home, I don't know what does. You can just imagine Mr. Frodo Baggins chilling in one of these right before he took the One Ring to Mount Doom. Now, despite being effectively a glorified bed, it's an extremely glorified bed. Like, you can see how you have this whole front viewing windshield, but what's more than that is the whole darn thing actually pops right open. You want to get some amazing airflow, you can, and if you take note, it does have a full, like, either privacy screen or bug screen that you can pull down. These are European style windows, not found very commonly in North American RV production. You'll tend to find them here on specialty lightweights and sometimes jazzy truck campers. Now, you've got doors on both sides to climb in and out. Up here, we've got a Maxxair Vent Fan, and you might have noticed that shark fin on top looking like, well, it looks like a shark fin, but full Maxxair roof cover for airflow in here as well. But if you have park power available to you, well, you've got your handy, TV over here. You've got a full air conditioner. You want to really cool it down, you can. On the left, we've got Bluetooth stereo and DVD player. And on the right here, we've got all kinds of different plugs so that, you need a heated mattress. I guess you could run a CPAP machine in here, phone chargers, whatever. You actually have household outlets on both sides and USB plugs on the other side. And what's really cool is the symmetry of the rig. It's very odd that way. Now, right above the, at the apex of the whole camper, actually, there's a really aggressively bright LED floodlight. So if you do have some camping chairs over here, you got a cool spot for it. Now, these are all aluminum skeletoned. We have AZDEL used in the lamination to keep the weight in check. It also uses a Norco chassis, which is lighter. I mean, every inch of this thing is built with weight sensitivity in mind. That is why it only weighs, well, it's less than 900 pounds. Again, I mentioned earlier, it's only 5 feet wide. Up here, they have a nice little enclosure for a single propane tank, the battery, and the battery disconnect so that your systems are not trickle draining the battery when not in use. Black plug on the side of this red housing is a simple side mount solar prep plug if you choose to add something like that. And when you saw me kind of pulling it for a few seconds there, I was just grabbing a hold of the tongue jack. But you can see those handles built right into the front of it for campsite adjustment. So if you got like a little garage, or you have a small vehicle, or you just like tiny camping, this thing is great that way. All LED tail and markers. Everything on this is pretty upscale. That's why these things are very expensive per square foot. You know, if you look at little stuff like this, it's one of the most expensive campers per square foot you could get. But it also has a lot of neat features you're just not going to typically find elsewhere. Now, one of the questions I've seen people ask before is, okay, so I get it, it's got this kitchen off the back, but what if it's raining? And the short answer is most drop campers tend to get something like a 10 by 10 easy up screen room, and you'll actually park the back of it, of the camper, slightly inside that screen room, so you're kind of creating your own awning screen room on the camper itself. Now, this is actually pretty cool. You've got surprising counter space given how small the camper actually is here. Nice little chunk of cabinet area. And then this is an interesting space efficient feature. You've got a 2-burner stovetop that is also a seamless, like, one-piece transition into a stainless sink. And how about that heavy-duty cutting board? I tell you what, if you ever need to, you could probably, fend off an attacker with that thing. But this thing on the bottom right here, I'm going to call it the power cooler. It's more than just a little pull-out cooler. It's actually an electric power cooler, which is, well, pretty darn cool. And again, very different, very space efficient, very unique. Every inch of this thing is uncommon. This is very much a niche market product, but there's really not another itch to scratch kind of like it out there. The closest fit you might find would be something like, you can see the 12 series Rockwood GeoPros that we carry over here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. And basically, they make something like this, the 12RK, and we have one of those sitting over there that you just saw. that is very, very similar, just in a little more boxy, traditional RV fashion. But they each do things the other doesn't. They're each cool in their own unique, respective way. And hey, we got one of these here at a used RV price tag versus the very salty new tag that these things tend to go for. So guys, give us a call. When we get specialty odd job stuff in like this, people virtually fight over it. The last time we had a tab in here, we literally had two people in the showroom trying to get into some sort of price bidding war over it, and unfortunately, I guess in a way for us, we don't do business that way. We stick with the first person that came to the table. But the fact is, when you see stuff like this, people come out of the woodwork from across the country to pick one off because they don't come into the used market that often. So if you like it, give us a call to make sure it's available and get your name on it and come see it. Short of that, remember, we do hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.